Hello guys, today I wanted to talk about the 1.17 update. So I've thought about the goats and the warden and what I think maybe could make them better or more useful. So first off, I think I want to talk about the sheeps. So currently, I think I saw that they drop horns now, so you can use the horns or whatever. But I think for like a use they could have, because they are like really acrobatic, so they can jump like really tall. So I think it would like make sense if you were able to use a bucket to get goat milk from them. So I think the use for that goat milk, it would be pretty similar to what like a cow has. So you drink it and it gets rid of all the potions effect. But additionally, it could then again give you like jump boosts. So let's say you get jump boost for like 10 seconds, a minute, like whatever. I think it would be cool because I think in some ways it could be useful in several like scenarios, because then that way you could you find them usually at the mountains, you know. So if you get a bucket, you drink it, then you can do it just not to get rid of all the potions effect, but then you get like jump boost so you can jump up. And I think when they upgrade like the mountains and everything, it's gonna probably be useful to like be able to jump like extra tall or whatever. So yeah, that's one thing I thought could make them more useful or interesting. And one more thing, I remember I saw a video. It was about like ibex or ibex or whatever they call, like it's certain type of like mountain goats. It was from BBC. Actually, I'm just gonna link that video down in the description if you want to check that out for yourself. But yeah, I remember like they climbed up like really steep, and there was like some type of rocks that contain like salt and different minerals that they need to like, you know, grow their bones and become stronger. So they would climb up there and lick those stones to get like the salt and the minerals from those rocks. So I think like within like the mountains there could be some type of rocks that you could potentially find, and that could like contain salt. So let's say if goats are there, they could like lick it from it and it would disappear and just become like a regular rock, or there could be like a new rock for it. But if you're able to get there before the goats, then you can mine them yourself, and then you could potentially just like, I'm just thinking like quickly here, but you could put them in a furnace and then it would smelt the rock and you would be left with salt. So then it's like, what salt could be like useful for? Like normally salt can add to like taste, and it can help food last longer. But there's no really like lasting for how long food can last in Minecraft, so it doesn't really make sense on that front. But something it could potentially do, you could like, let's say you have a cooked steak, you could combine it with salt, and then you get like salted steak or whatever. And that could give you potentially, instead of 4 hungers, it's gonna give you 5. So it's like, then again, you have a better food source. Or maybe you could add to saturation, that if you do that you get more saturation from it. Yeah, so that's the idea I guess I have for the goats for the time being. And when I think about the warden, it's supposed to be like a scary mob, and like players aren't supposed to attack it, they're supposed to like avoid it, you know, like throw snowballs, and so it here and goes like different directions so you can explore there and try to avoid them. But I think what's gonna end up with that one, because I saw the clip and everything, and I would say like most Minecraft players by now have like the idea how you can cheese fights. Like with the iron golem, it's a pretty powerful mob if you punch one of the villagers, but it's so easy to kill. Like you just block up like 3 blocks, then you can just swing it and it can't do anything with you. And it's the same for like, you can just like mine into a wall or whatever, and then you can just swing it there, or just shoot it with a bow, and it won't be able to attack you at all. And I think that's the same thing that's going to be with the warden. I saw in the clip that they used like a regular bow with no enchantments. So if you have like a power 5 and you just like block up, it would be just so easy to kill it. I think if they're like, if they run after you, it's probably gonna be scary, but if you just block up a couple of blocks, then you can just shoot it with an arrow. Because I don't know what the range is, so maybe if you do it like 3 blocks, it could probably potentially still hit you, but if you go like 4 or 5 blocks up, then you could just like use a bow. And yeah, you could just shoot it over and over again with like a power 5 and an infinity bow, and yeah, it would eventually die, and it wouldn't really have been a hard fight, I think. So I think one thing that they could potentially add is that the Warden will always want to attack you like the player, but if they can't reach you, let's say you pillar up, like instead of being like that Warden being defenseless and you can just shoot with the bow, it has like 2 horns or something. I think it would be cool if those horns could act like as a, because it's kind of like a sensor, but if they're unable to reach you and you can just attack it over and over again, it will have like it would register like your sound, and it would register it can't get to you. So it would pull those like horns up to you and drag you towards it, like a, I don't know how it would be, but I think it would be make it a lot more challenging and to people to really like try to avoid it, because if you just pillar up and you try to like cheese the fight, then he can still get a hold of you like with like telekinesis or whatever and just pull you to him, and then you would fall down from where you pillared. And also if you just like dug into the wall and was shooting from there, as long as there's like no wall between you and the Warden, it should be able to go through the air block and pull you with those horns, whatever. It's just an idea I had. I was thinking a little bit about it, and I thought what could make it more interesting. So tell me what you guys think about those ideas that I just brought up right now, and tell me if you have something else, suggestions you have for 1.17, or if you disagree with my 2 suggestions there. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in another video.